learning to surf thing comes up, it immediately becomes this arithmetic and budgeting thing. I was on talking with this, I got a text the next day from a Swell season fan. He's like, is it worth it? Like, how much is it per wave? And it's like, it frames itself immediately to like grinding out what you're paying per wave. Yesterday, when in a non-wave pool surfing session, I got a parking ticket for $95. So then I quickly amortized all of what each wave cost, right?
And how much was it?
I think it was roughly around $9 a wave. It was a big ticket. But I do think that like I would argue like there is that sort of like, am I getting my money's worth out of this because of it is a controlled setting. And when you have a group of people, you can probably calculate how many waves you're going to get for the day, given that, they can crank them out on a sort of regular interval. And it would be interesting to see if that mentality carries into turning it into a gym where, you're so able to quantify everything that it just becomes like working out.
Well, I would say it's probably it could be a few things, but I would say it's a way of rationalizing the need to go do it. I would say, oh, it's only $9 a wave. Totally worth it. I mean, I would totally pay $9 for a wave in the middle of winter in board shorts, That's how you're able to convince yourself to go do it, I think, and maybe like make yourself feel less decadent. I don't know. Like, I definitely think that there's something there where you're just trying to rationalize going to the pool.
I think something about it shifted into like that addiction zone where it doesn't really matter. You're just like, I just want to do it and I just want to keep doing it. And it's like, I mean, we're going to create rationalizations for anything, right? Even surfing. Like we do all sorts of crazy things to surf, especially here in New York,
But I also know people like I have like a family friend who lives in Utah and skis and lives right on the mountain there. And she would like count how many days she skied a winter. She'd be like, I got up to 150 days, in a winter, like that. I mean, humans are just always going to do that. I think that's also, all there. And so if you could do it in the pool, like that just feeds certain people's like desire for quantification, I guess.
And I know that at the end of that sesh, if Skudin yelled out, all right, who wants another 30 minutes of just like power surfing, another $100 or whatever, everyone would be like, yup,
totally.
Like,
ding, ding.
Keep it coming.
Take all my money.
Wait, we forgot to mention that we surfed until 11 p.m. That's another crazy thing. Like, that's crazy. Like that you could surf at that hour. Like, I mean, if you had the means and you really want to surf like hours upon hours, you can go like into the night.
I was at a Dunkin' Donuts on 8th Avenue, like 8:30 p.m. And then I got onto the Lincoln Tunnel and I'm like, I'm going surfing.
Exactly. It was so weird. In the dark.
In the dark, like the least glamorous approach to surfing.
Oh my God. But I love like even pulling out of the driveway after we all like had our like post, stoke chit chat and recap and whatnot. And then like pulling out maybe after midnight and then just like driving into the city skyline. Like, wow, that was amazing. Like you're surfing literally in New York City.
Do you know what I really liked actually was the post surf hanging out in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
It felt like just coming off of the beach, like it was a very similar vibe, and like you had some who are like trying to get ready to go and some who were lingering and chit-chatting and it's totally had the same kind of feel. So I don't know. There could be some fun. I don't know. I think it depends on the people who do it, I guess. But what do you think of the wave itself? I mean, the Gotham, which is what we predominantly surfed, what did you think of the wave?
It's just like getting used to. It was fun. It was just
It was fun. Did
Yeah,
it give you enough push and power? Did you feel like it was big enough, long enough?
Well, that's another thing people were asking, like, well, what was the wave like? And I don't know. I didn't even think of that. It was just fun. Like, whatever came at us, it was fun. And it was interesting, even by the time we got to the slab, like, we needed a little more time to kind of get used to it. Like, it was actually a technical wave, right? Like, you had to figure it out. And also the visual was different. And
I felt like the slab, it was funny. Like, it didn't stay open, really. I have video where it just showed kind of clamping down a little bit. And I think you want the water to settle a bit more for that, right. And I feel like, I don't know, like, I felt like that first wave maybe was a bit more hollow, but then the other one would be a little bit more kind of bumpy and didn't stay open. It was
so it wasn't
wave.
Us. It was the wave.
It was totally the wave.
It's a technical issue.
Although you guys are blowing it on the right. Oh my God! Like, they let do you know how much money just got wasted by you guys?
Oh no,
there are starving
Noah hogged the surf on the other side. That's why.
There are starving surfers around this country who are wave deprived. Did you know that? And you just left these morsels.
Sat there watching it.
No, you guys on the left ruined it. You guys kept taking it when it was our turn.
No, there was a right and a left, not the slab.
Yeah,
I'm talking about we couldn't. No, there was a right that came, and then there was a left, and they did 4 and 4. Mm-hmm. And you guys kept blowing it over there.
You guys kept taking our wave.
No, you couldn't.
When it was our turn.
No, we couldn't take your wave. You guys.
You're talking about when we did the second setting.
Yeah, the right. When you had the right, and then there was a left, not the slab. The slab is different.
I think I was on the left side when that happened.
That was trickier, and then there was Will Skudin, who made an executive call and just sort of canceled that wave and brought us back. It was like cutting off a song midway and was like, nope, we're going back to the hit.
But I wasn't mad at that because I was so aware of the time, and because the A-frame was basically the Gotham.
It's the most economical.
We had 2 people can go per wave, and the other one was like 1 at a time, and I was like, oh my God, we're not moving fast enough. You get into this rhythm of how many waves you get, and you're just waiting for your turn, and it just felt like forever compared to the Gotham. So that was
the A-frame was fun. I think the foaming up was good. That I end of the day, my last wave was my best wave, and I was on the sort of foamy Hayden shape, and it was just like, once you understood the wave, then you're sort of like playing along the lip. I mean, it wasn't a long ride, but it was just enough to a few nice cutbacks, and then for me, grabbing a little bit of the top of the lip, and that was it. And I was like, okay, that was totally worth the drive out. The vortex or whatever, the slab, I didn't have a chance to do that. But I think when I go back, I'm gonna be just maximize even more. I think it encourages return visits.
Exactly. You're like, I'm gonna get it next time.
What do you think of the etiquette? How did you like the rotation? Did you think everyone behaved?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Did you like the rotation, how that worked?
Oh, 100%. Do you think we could jockey? There's no room to jockey for waves.
It's why don't we do this in the ocean? Why don't we be civilized like this in the ocean?
I would see which line would be less. I mean, I think I'll go to the lefts now. And it was funny because people would overload one side, so I'd just go to the other side. A little strategy there.
I just stayed on the left, and that was it. I didn't go right once.
It's a good point, though. We talk about a lot of the scarcity of resources is the trigger for aggression or bad behavior. And there's no scarcity of resource. I mean, there is time. So yes, but if you know that there's going to be a wave just queuing right up, and you've got enough time to get as many as you want, you're gonna be a good little teammate and get your wave and get to the back of the line again, because what are you going to be, a jerk? Like,
Yeah.
you got one coming.
It was, I loved it. I love the positivity in the water. I liked how everyone behaved. Everyone was having a great time. Like, it was a lot of fun. Like,
so much fun.
My friend Mike Matchmer, who I think some people thought he'd be more of a skeptic of it, he had such a ball. Like, we still are just raving about it. And it was such a fun experience, and also really nice, like, to be able to do that with like a friend of mine for a really long time, like share a lot of shared surfing experiences. So really nice to add another one to it, which is cool. And we were just so blown away by it. And the Skudins and their whole crew are great, professional, but also casual. You know, it's run really well. And, you know, I think I really hope it succeeds. Like, I think that what they want to do is, you know, really make it so it can generate money, but also apply a lot of programs, you know, for people, for a lot of the kids to do, you know, have air camps and other, you know, lessons and everything. Like, there's so much you can do with it that I think it's really, really great opportunity for New York and New Jersey surfing.
Get ready for the bachelor parties and
Oh
bachelor
my
parties.
God.
They are on their
Definitely.
way.
Oh
Bar
my
mitzvahs,
God.
birthdays.
Yeah. It feels like
so
it.
quick.
It feels
It's
like
Holy
it.
moly,
It's
like
over.
bar
We're never
getting back
mitzvahs
in.
and
Yeah.
oh my God, like
We're never getting back in.
But even just having a lineup with your friends, you know, like, how cool is that? Like, imagine like pulling up to Rockaway and being like, okay, everyone out, just my friends here, you know, and just, you know.
Do you think if this is successful, like, do you think we'll see other wave pools projects develop?
Absolutely.
Close by?
I think it's already happening. Actually, this is the crazy thing. So yesterday I'm in the water and Bobby, I don't know what Bobby's last name is, but he asked me about, you know, the wave pool because he saw it on the gram. And this guy was like, he started asking me questions. And I'm like, you know, we're just having a conversation. He's like, oh yeah, I'm involved in, actually, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it. It hasn't been announced yet. But anyway, he's involved in the wave garden. The wave garden at a location that I won't say, but it's the same one that they have in Melbourne. Like, okay, so since our day at Skudin's wave pool, I've been just, you know, a little bit obsessed and just looking at it. And I'm just like, I kind of want to do, you know, the tour the way you would with surf breaks. You know, like, I want to check out that wave.
You should do a documentary about wave pools. Like, how cool would that be?
I would love to
talk to the people behind it.
Documentary.
Come on. I think that.
Well, one of the things I'm curious about is also the environmental impact. I ran into Chris from Pilgrim, and, you know, we had a quick chat about that. But I think that's definitely something that will, you know, be a subject of conversation.
Well, a lot of them are going like very carbon neutral, or trying to get most of their energy from solar and.
Right.
You know,
But I think it's interesting. Like, let's say we have it in an urban environment where there's, you know, public transportation getting there. You think potentially it could be less of an impact than like people getting on their cars and driving to the beach and like taking planes to this destination. I mean, that's still probably, you know, it's going to happen still. But, you know, it's just like the totality of you know, how much energy is being and the quality of that energy that's being used, and water, especially when we're considering places that have, you know, scarcity of it.
If you want to think long form, you know, you can think about all the new surfers that come out of it, and maybe they'll be more environmentally minded. Maybe, you know,
but also the equaling the playing field. I mean, when you look at, you know, even Slater's wave pool, when you see like a woman surf it or a man surf it, it's like very similar as far as skill level, you know, and I think we're going to see also maybe a more of a depending on access, the democratization of like who can reach a certain level of surfing. I mean, think about even that wave pool, the wave garden, like the biggest one that just opened, I think last week in South Korea.
Oh my God, in South Korea, that wave looks ridiculous.
And I know in Korea, surfing is like really
taking off.
Oh my God! I mean, in Indonesia, they're everywhere, and I think with, you know, being Korean, I know that kind of Korean, like, you know, between the work ethic and the addictive quality, you know, it's like I think like I can see, and also being water people,
Yeah.
I think it'll be